What do you find more challenging, being a father or being a husband?
Be careful what you say next, because you gotta go home to your wife.
A bit of both.
Yeah, bit of both.
A bit of both. Yeah. Women, I don't find them challenging. You like that answer? You know, in this part of the world,
Yeah,
men and women are equal.
yeah.
Not like other parts of the world, where women are just considered as second class.
How that's
Here they all have the opportunity. They share the glory.
yeah,
They can drive a car.
yeah,
They can work. In other countries, women are prohibited to work.
yeah,
So they all get the opportunity to to express themselves. So going back to the question of Jam, what do you found? Is it challenging to be, a father or a husband?
Yeah,
A bit of both. Challenging to be a husband, building up a family in a different country or in an adopted country is challenging, because in a way you have to show that starting a family, you need to be in our custom, you need to be able to give as much as you could, or to give a better life.
yeah,
Going in another country, in a first class country, you should be able to give that woman or your wife a better chance to have a comfortable life. And as a father, we don't have relatives here before, except for my relative in the city. But to start a family, like Jem,
yeah,
we used to, in the morning, me and my wife have to go to the city to work. So Jem need to be left in a neighbor's place at this early stage or early age. Then after a year, I have to bring my mom here to look after him. So those are the challenges that, as a migrant, at that time, it's too expensive to put him to a childcare. Even now, I suppose. So those are the challenges. For the child growing up, he probably doesn't realize that much what's going on, but that's part of his molding as well.
Yeah.
Until he's already, grown enough to be able to realize that this is their life.
Yeah. I was talking to Alyssa, our friend, yesterday about this, and I've told people about this all the time. I talk about it with Chelsea all the time, that when I was growing up, I was always at, Jun Lee's house, or Carl's house in the morning and the afternoon, or Andre's house, my neighbor back then. I'd be at their house morning, afternoon. I'd always be, Jet. I'm just thinking about so many of our friends. I've been blessed to be able to, be in their home morning, afternoon. So many titas and titos have raised me.
Yeah.
And I think about it, I go, that's part of my story, because it's like, it's made me be how I am now. The way I can just, whenever I see Tito Mon, Carl's dad, or Tito Saldi, Tita Marie, and all the titos and titas that have, my Tita Anna, like everyone that has ever fed me or taken me in the morning and afternoon, I still hold such a, I have such high regard, and they're like my own parents at the same time. And I feel like that's also made me who I am, the way I am able to talk to this or that, like any walk of life. a very rich politician man in the Philippines, or a very wealthy businessman, or even just the guy down the road, or anything, someone. I can speak to anyone because I was always at someone's house, and every person has had their own impact on my life and how I was raised. And
magically shaping
it's
and
literally
molding.
it's the when they say it takes a village or a community
A village
to raise a kid.
children,
Like I am that I'm that product.
Yeah.
That's part of your growing up.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that life.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that life, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know how I would have not turned out, but like I don't know how much I'd be able to just speak to a Tito and Tita. Because sometimes I see some of the boys when they say, oh, hey Tito, that's it.
Yeah, then they're a bit awkward about
And
it.
that's it. They just sit down. Me, Tito, Tita. Oh, how you're still good. Like
You're
you still
able to
play.
communicate.
Yeah, I can communicate with them. Like I know background stories. I know things that they used to love doing. Yeah, no, I'm very blessed for that. Even if late nights I'm waiting for my parents, to me it was like
it was normal.
Yeah. Well, some people, they had their parents always there, pick them up from school.
Yeah.
I don't even remember my mum and dad picking me up from school.
My mum used to pick us up, but because they were both work night shifts, my mum and dad used to do the big old, don't answer the door if someone knocks. We'll see in the morning. Oh, yeah. And my brother, I think I would have been maybe about 8. My brother was about 12, and he was always like the adult of the house while mum and dad were away, because my older sister moved out, my older brother moved out. Yeah. So it was literally a 12-year-old looking after an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old. And it was just...
that was going to be the way I was when...
Yeah.
Like when I was a bit older, and then Joy.
Yeah.
And then I looked out for Joy. So she would either be at someone's house or she would come back into the... Just thinking about it now, it's crazy.
That was me in Manila.
Yeah.
With 3 sisters.
Yeah. Oh, so you're the oldest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to look after them, feed them with rice and condensed milk.
Yeah. At least my parents just had a freezer full of meat pies and sausage rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, but it was... Yeah. I loved every part of that, because Tito Omar and Tito Lela, Andre's parents, and I got close with all those boys. They're like my own brothers. I never had a brother, but all them boys are like my brothers. I remember all of them: Tito Rex, Kev, and everyone. The Molinas, Tito Oji, everyone.
It's still friends till
now.
Yeah.
And even if we're not like as close as we used to be, whenever I see Tito or Tita at West Point or Blacktown, I'm Tito, like I remember. I'm not gonna try and ignore them or anything. Some people weird like that, but me, I have so much respect for all of them. Yeah, living in Western Sydney. Sorry, all good.
Yeah.
Living in Western Sydney, we've experienced so many other cultures. This is a melting pot. It's basically the world. We talked about this before, but it's basically the world in one city. There's Filipinos, Indians, Pacific Islanders, Italians, Maltese. We grew up with everyone. But how do you feel? Like, did you have many Pacific Islander friends growing up, or like that you worked with or anything? That you at church or?
I used to work with them. Doing my part-time job before.
Yeah. What are your experiences with working with them? Do you think they're similar to us, or
the good people, similar to us, hardworking?
Yeah.
They're able to joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're just
at work, at my previous work. Yeah, we have different cultures as well.
Yeah.
The Chinese, the Filipinos, the British, the Aussies, the Greeks, the Lebanese.
Yeah.
So different nationality, different attitude. Can you imagine my job trying to blend?
Yeah.
And pick up their they got their own culture, they got their own attitude. But to be a leader, you should be able to blend, and sometimes I even empathize with them, with their own issues.
Yeah.
I have one of them. I think he's Iranian background.
Yeah.
And at work, he was being a pain already. He's a good tradesman, but he was sometimes showing some attitudes and all that. And I was able to pick up and able to communicate with him and find out what's his issue.
Yeah.
And then he turned up that his grandmother was sick back home. My bosses said, do some discipline on him.
Yeah.
Have a word with him and do some, we call it the disciplinary action and all that. But I said, no, we're not doing disciplinary action on him. I said, you give him a chance to go home and see his grandmother. When he probably come back, he's a different man. So that happens. He came back. He was so appreciative that we were able to give him a chance to be able to travel and communicate, see his grandmother on his last days.
Yeah.
He's sick. She's sick. But when he came back, he performs again. Those kind of things, you should be able to pick up the things that in your thoughts is actually not performing because he doesn't like the job. No, he's got issues.
Yeah,
you were able to empathize to them. So when you're saying working with different people or hanging out with different kind of different nationality background. We're all the same. In a way, we're all the same. It's just the way you communicate and blend with other people, and you have to show them your own self as well. This is me. This is how I am. This is how I communicate with you. This is how I want you to treat me. So you treat every people with respect. They respect you.
Yeah.
And different people got different attitudes. So when you can't be with them, just avoid them.
We were talking earlier in the morning. We watched I sent you that video. But so we watched that video on TikTok with the girl talking about why guys have so many friends and it's so easy for them to be friends with a lot of people, and from your experience as well and yours. But girls, it's so hard for them to even hold on to maybe a handful of friends. From your experience, why do you think that with boys, it's so easy for us to have so many different friends, even regardless of how long it's been since we last saw them? But girls, it seems like it's so hard for them to have a handful.
So, it's the relationship between boys is. Question is, relationship between boys tend to last longer than friendships between girl groups or something.
Last longer, or me and you for months we don't see each other, and dad that hasn't seen his friends from the Philippines for 5 years since he last went. But you're still boys. You're still friends, right? But girls, they find it so hard to even hang out with some of their friends. Or they feel like they don't have friends. Some feel like they have a few, but it's so hard. And the girl mentioned in the video that she sees her boyfriend or her husband's friends more than
she sees her own friends.
She sees her own friends. Why do you think that is?
I truly believe that. I think it's because boys become friends or mates with just common interests. Say if you play footy with someone, or if you go to a gym and use or boxing, you literally could just go wave at someone from across the gym, and then before you know it, he's a mate. Like that's how easy it is to make friends as guys. Whereas women or girls, I feel they need more face to face to be friends, and they need kind of almost validation every time. They need to see their friends to make sure that they're friends, kind of thing. That's what I feel.
Because
anyway.
it's more. I think with girls, it's more deeper.
Yeah, it's a lot deeper.
Like emotional, and they, you know, they need that deeper connection, deeper you know, meaning as to why we have this friendship.
Yeah,
and I guess boys can be a more casual.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't have to always be, you know, face to face.
Face to face.
It can be years on end. You know, even like that wedding the other week, we hadn't seen some of those boys in months. Years. Sorry. When you see each other, it's like we're back in high school.
Yeah, it's like nothing's changed.
But also I think girls will think that if they haven't seen a friend in a while, that friendship isn't like, you know,
it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they tend to, like, with boys, I've found, like, you could be hanging out with mates, I can be hanging out with mates, but then when we see each other, we're mates. But it's almost like when girls make friends with other girls that they're out having coffee with and whatnot, women tend to find it a bit more, there's a bit of jealousy in it.
Plus we can sit down, like me and you, we can sit down and watch the UFC for about 6 hours on end and we're all good. Or we could just go for a walk and do something and we're like, we're good. Yeah. But when I don't know, like, you know, also we have to take it back to girls. I always said this, that if I had a boy, I was 100%. I'll send them to an all boys school. Like we went to an all boys school.
Yeah,
and it was some of the best fun times of our life.
Yeah,
right? All boys school, no drama, no drama. Just it felt like fun every day. You know, like we'd go to school. It felt like we were doing something fun every day. But if I had a girl, I would never send them to an all girls school because I just feel like it's so much drama.
Yeah.
You know, girls are catty.
Yeah. Well, like my oldest, Gala, she's Nevaeh. She goes to a, like, what do they call it? By education or whatever they call it? I don't know. What do they call it? She goes to a normal school. Yeah, co-ed.
We're getting confused with it.
Far out, sorry. This LGB things has been rubbing off on me a bit. But she goes to a co-ed school and she never complains. Yeah. I've never heard her complain. She's got the odd complaint about like netball and stuff like that, but it's never really like complaining about more like her friends. It's and I think you're right. I think it's good that she goes to a co-ed school.
Do you have any thoughts to that? Why boys are able to cultivate? That's another thing. Yeah, but boys are able to have longer lasting friendships but some girls feel like they don't have friendships.
Honestly, guys, I don't want to be talking. I don't want to be talking about girls. No, I mentioned a while ago. I grew up with 3 girls, and my mom is a woman.
Yeah,
and 3 girls up to me.
Yeah,
so growing up with them, you were able to pick, different kind of attitudes.
Yeah.
You know? And I suppose women are really born in a different
way than us.
It's not the nature.
Women's nature is different to male's
it's in the DNA, to be, they always have that, they want to build that self-confidence all the time.
Yeah.
As you know, we can go out in the shorts and go out of the house without even doing makeup. You just brush your teeth and all that.
Yeah.
But women, they can't go out without makeup. As you know now, they go to the cosmetic surgery to get a pout lip. Why? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
they were born beautiful, and that's the nature to be born beautiful. But you still they still are probably be bashed.
Yeah, no. I get what you mean, but
so that's what. So that's what you mean, Tito. You mean the reason why men have more their friendships last longer than why women do is because men are a bit more basic than women. Is that what it
more
is?
easygoing.
Men are easygoing and basic.
Yeah.
The women, they always got that challenge among each other.
Yeah.
There's always something.
You want to be more beautiful than others.
That's fair. Yeah.
You want to be, more, your body needs to be more better than the other.
Than the other women. Yeah, so women are always continuously comparing themselves to each other.
That could be one thing.
Yeah, where as men and boys we don't do that. We don't care.
But
as long as your breath doesn't smell like you said.
If you go professionally, as you can see, there's more leaders now at work, more women CEOs and all that.
Yeah.
Why? Because they always try to, to surpass everyone.
Yeah.
They always want to progress and reach that stage.
Yeah.
They were challenged. They were always challenged to do better than the others.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm proud of the women on doing that.
Yeah.
In the community, how many prime ministers were women, presidents, and all that. So, when you say why, we going back to the question a while ago, we went too further enough.
Yeah.
But going back, why they were not able to build friendship, close kinship and friendship. It's probably because they want to be better than others.
That's fair.
They, I don't know, but maybe others doesn't trust other women.
Yeah.
That might be. Yeah.
That's fair.
Because of their experiences. Naturally, and going back to the history, women is the problem.
Yeah.
Women is the problem. Eat the apple,
She ate the apple.
Getting cancelled on the first podcast.
The first lesson was, don't eat that apple, but they eat the apple. He's still stubborn.
I think we're quite easygoing, and we we could call you up one day and just say, come over, let's eat,
let's go for a feed, let's go get lunch or something. As long
girls
as
have to plan like 3 weeks ahead.
Just make sure get my makeup done, like you said, get my nails done. Man, you just go into the shop to get something to eat, man. Relax.
And we have to bring it back down to like just human nature of a male and a female. Girls are a lot more emotional and sensitive when it comes to things. So if a girl says something or does something wrong to another girl, the other one will just feel like will get really emotional about it, and maybe that friendship just ends.
Like very abruptly,
Or like I don't want to be around X amount because of what she did, or anything. Boys, our banter or when we give it to each other, like when we tease each other, it's just the way that we communicate. Like we get, but if girls did that to each other, it's really hurtful for them. But boys can just like make jokes all day and just have a good time.
Because like say like me being bold. If like everyone takes the mickey out of it, and we mock each other, laugh. We can have a laugh, have a giggle. I don't get offended, but I think you're right that women tend to get offended a lot easier because of.
It's just the human nature.
It's probably in their hormonal thing.
That's
hormonal nature. Excuse us.
Yeah, boy talk. Father's Day special today. Before
Just bear with us. It's Father's Day.
Father's Day special. Let's do 2 questions. Yeah,
From the community.
From the community.
Yep.
And it involves Father's Day.
Yeah.
So we have some questions from the community. The one was, let me pull it out on my Instagram so that it's properly asked.
Yep.
1 second. Going off our video where it was about, having a father in child's life. If there was a problem between the two,
The parents.
the parents, and then
Yep.
the mother or the father not allowing the other one to see the children.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I got a question. It was, if a child has a right to have a father, what are your thoughts with same-sex women couples who raise a child? Could you argue that they took away the child's right to a father? What do you think?
So the question is, a child being raised by a same-sex couple, whether it's two
women.
mums,
No,
two women.
This question was specifically same-sex women couples, couples who raise a child. Could you argue that they took away the child's right to a father? Because just like how we were saying, women shouldn't take away a child's right to have their father in their life.
Well, my thought is, as long as the child is nurtured and cared for, it doesn't matter whether it's two mums.
Yeah.
And the child doesn't have, if it was basically from when the child was born into basically mum and mum home, where that's a normal thing to the child, then I don't see it being a problem.
Yeah.
And as long as, like I said, as long as the child is nurtured and cared for, and you know what I mean, as long as the child's nurtured and cared for, then I don't see it being a problem that he or she is raised by two mums.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly that if a child comes from a great home, regardless if it was two mums, that it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. But there are just some things that a father, because I'm pretty sure even if they have, they'd have two mothers raising them in a good family home, somehow maybe the grandfather or the uncle or something is there involved in that child's life as well, because and there's just some things that only a father can teach. Just little things that when you think about it, only a father has been able to teach that child something. Just little things. I don't know. Screw thing. I don't know. I know a woman could teach that, but there are just some things that a father can only teach.
Yeah.
And you don't have to get that from an actual father or the dad, biological dad, but from a grandfather, a father figure, an uncle, gym. You go to a gym and the
coach.
father, coach, from the coach.
That's why we believe that getting your children involved in sports or martial arts or something is so important because of that.
Yeah.
John, Dito, what's your thoughts on that?
You have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, the only thing that they can't teach is to go to the urinal. I can't think of anything else.
There's nothing. That's all right.
Women can teach.
Have an answer.
Both women can teach them
anything
similar. They can bring them to the sports club. To learn martial arts, as you mentioned. They can, trouble with them. The same thing as the father can do. Probably just the moral values. In a way, how the father thinks will be different in a way.
The values.
Values.
Some values only that a man.
Man.
in a masculine way.
But to sum it up, there's no problem with a child being raised by two mothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another question was, what are your thoughts on deadbeat dads and who leave their kids to raise other people's kids?
Whoa. So deadbeat dads that leave. So say you go to Melbourne and you leave your kids in Sydney, or you leave your kid in Sydney, but your new partner has her own kids. Is that what you mean?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that I would consider that a deadbeat. Someone that's moved away, cut all communications just because this lady has basically got her own kids and they've moved closer to her kids and kept away from their kids. My thought on that is, my thoughts on that is, I hate to use the word, but I can't sympathise or empathise whatsoever with deadbeat dads. Like, I know I've got kids from a previous relationship, but
you're still involved.
I'm still involved
in every way.
I talk to them FaceTime every single day. I've got them every single school holidays, and my missus, she's like, honestly, she's the best other half that you can have. Even though, like, the two other kids are her stepchildren, she looks after them like they're her own, and I can leave them at home with her and that. But yeah, like for deadbeat dads that cut off all communications with their kids, my thoughts on them are they're basically scums. Yeah, absolute proper scums, man. Because don't basically bring a child into this world and then just cut them off like that, because that's not right in any way, shape or form, man. Because if you like my honest opinion on them, they're scum.
You know what a deadbeat dad is?
Someone who doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
He's not involved in their life.
You're not
anymore.
involved anymore. You just forget everything.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on them?
Well, they're losers.
Yeah, fair.
In any way, you lose the chance. And I've known a lot of them.
Yeah.
They used to portray themselves before as a
ladies' man kind of thing.
No, it's not only that. They portray themselves as good member of the community.
Yeah,
but they're actually not. And the problem in those people, they don't listen when you give them a chance to change and to do their way, way a father is. It's when you take the challenge of becoming a father. You take that responsibility, to be able to brought up a kid in the way you guys were brought up. But things change. It's a kind of, it's in your fate or fortune that your relationship was shattered.
Yeah,
but as you mentioned, it's not an excuse for you to just leave that opportunity to be able to support your kids.
Yeah. Losers. That's what Tito reckons about them. They're absolute losers.
Losers.
Yeah.
So in Joko's way, he said, "Mga losers."
Guys, if you've made it all the way to the end, we're fine. We made it. This month is September cerebral
palsy.
September cerebral palsy. September. And if you'd like to make some donations, I'll leave a link down below. I'm gonna start doing as many steps as I can throughout the weeks. If you're doing the challenge as well, the September one, tag at Start Somewhere Media to be shared on our page, and we'll just feed off each other's energy. You see Tavita's been going to the gym and doing all this stuff, and tag Start Somewhere Media. We'll share you on our page. That's what we want. We want people getting out and feeding off each other's energy. So I'll leave the donation link down below. Guys, before we finish up, is there anything you'd like to say, Tavita?
you'll probably watch this after Father's Day, but to all dads out there, happy Father's Day to you, Tito, you too, Jem, with more. Happy Father's Day for Sunday, and just hope you have a great day with family and loved ones, and yeah, it was good to have you on.
Dad, any last words?
Thank you, Jem. Thank you, Tabitha. It's a great opportunity to have been invited here, and share my experiences and my word during this September 2023 Father's Day. I'm really, glad to be able to share to you my own experiences in life, and I hope I encourage and inspired all of you to be able to be a responsible citizen of this world. And happy Father's Day in Australia, and I think in England, because in the Philippines and in the USA it's June.
Oh,
yes, it's different. Happy Father's Day, to everyone. In Australia.
Well, guys, that closes it out for today's podcast. Thank you guys for watching again. Make sure to like, subscribe at Vitzvave. You can follow my dad if you want at Joel2Lakyan, at Start Somewhere Media. Follow our stories. I'm very appreciative. I'm very thankful that I was able to get this opportunity and chance to have my dad on. I've always thought of having him on, but I just didn't know the right time. And I believe today was the perfect time. In God's timing that we were able to do this. And I thank you. I always thank you for everything you've ever done for me. Yeah, and I'm glad that we actually we got to sit down and do this. A lot of people will be in. I know a lot of people that will watch this or will see this. There's a lot to take away from your story. Mm-hmm. So thank you for jumping on.
Thank you.
I love that we were able to do this.
Hopefully, I will be able to deliver some more when we come back.
And I believe, I believe that this isn't going to be the last time. Like down the road, a few months from now or whatnot, that we will do this again. But it was good to get the first one.
Yeah, for sure, man. And just to have someone on to speak firsthand of what it's like to make the move to Australia, to a foreign country, to make a better living for your family, your wife and your kids. And thank you heaps.
Living proof that all journeys must start somewhere.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
And we're still traveling.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was good, man.
Every wish is ours tonight, my love. I think we just do karaoke, huh?
Yeah, we should just carry on.
Got to believe in magic. Tell me how the people by each other.